Friends, while working on a project, we should note numerous things. A person who can view something from all angles can make an accurate replica. They can think of new innovative topics for the project. We see many things with our eyes, but how many things do we actually observe? Observing is more than merely seeing something. Seeing something carefully is observing. When we observe, it is important that we understand not only how a thing appears from our perspective, but also from all other perspectives. Viewing the object from all angles with details is observation. To work on a project, we must develop the habit of observing things this way. Observation of birds and animals. Often your projects might require you to deal with living things. For instance, you can be collecting different types of flowers, observing animal locomotion, and so on. In such cases, when plants and animals are part of our experiment, their physical features, their movements, food habits, group behavior, and many more things must be noted down. Make a list of things that we need to consider for describing living beings. For example, if you are observing a bird, then details of its shape, beak, head, body, tail, how it makes noises, where you saw it, when and which month you saw it, how it flies, where it lives, the arrangement of its nest, and so on are important. The questions these observations should answer will vary with each living being. When the topic of the project is finalized and its scope is confirmed, we will understand what kind of information we need and what kind of observations would help us to get the information. The whole process will be easier if we have an exact idea about what to observe and how to observe. If we are planning to study multiple living beings in our project, making a comparison table will be useful. You may have to use different tools like binoculars, lenses, and microscopes for observing certain plants and animals. Communicating with plants. A dialogue with plants. Activity number 1. Let's begin to record changes in trees around us. Tree name. Location of tree. Along the roadside, garden, hilltop, hill slope, around lake, forest, etc. Date. Place. Weather conditions. Bring sunny, windy, hot, very hot, cold, very cold, rainy, cloudy, combination of these, any other. Preliminary observations. Height of the tree, roughly. The kind of soil these plants are in. Tree trunk. The color, brown, green, yellow, brownish green, yellow with green, white, any other. Feel of the bark, rough, smooth, wavy, papery, hard, soft, or any other. Any particular pattern, dotted, blotched, lined, grooved, any other, describe it. Smell, strong, weak, pleasant, irritating. Color after scraping. Is it thorny? Leaves? Color of the leaves. Fresh green, dark green, yellow, or any other. Any particular pattern? Colored spots or blotches? Any external outgrowth on the surface? Describe. How many are they? Very few. Few, many, uncountable. Approximate number could be given. Example, a tree might have very few fresh green leaves and many yellow colored leaves. Feel of the leaf. Rough, smooth, hairy, crispy, thorny, etc. Smell after crushing. Size with reference to hand palm. Symmetry from midrib. Symmetric, asymmetric. Any further details? Does it have watery, milky latex, etc.? Flowers. Are there any buds on a tree? Yes or no? If yes, then roughly how many? Very few, many? Also, can you identify the plant from the flower? Are there any flowers? Yes or no? If yes, then roughly how many? Very few, many. Color of the bud. Color of flower. How many petals can be seen? What is the shape of a petal? Draw the shape. Smell. Is the flower single or in a group? Size, approximately in centimeters. Shape, round, bell-like, funnel-shaped, oval, etc. Further details can be given. Now for fruits. Are there any fruits? Yes or no? If yes, then are these fruits ripening? Yes or no? How many are ripening? Very few, many. Appearance. Pod, single large, hard, fleshy, many small aggregated, etc. Further details could be given. Leaf cover on a tree. Dense, very dense, less dense. When you sit under a tree, you feel very cool on a hot sunny day due to the shadow of the tree. The shadow is mainly due to leaf covers, so if no sunlight is passing through the leaves, then it is dense. Any other information, example, whether a tree has beehives or nests or any other observations could be given. Rough sketches of tree, leaf, flower, fruit could be given. Observing birds while feeding. What to do? Place a bowl full of grains like jowar, bajra on your terrace or in some open place. Sit in the vicinity of the grains by keeping some distance and observe the birds coming to feed on the grains. Repeat the observations every morning between some fixed timings, say 7 to 8 am. Your distance from the grains should be such that birds coming to feed on the grains should not get disturbed, but you should still be able to see them. Keep your notebook and pen with you. Observe different types of birds coming and feeding on the grains. Record the number of birds, type of birds if you can recognize, such as sparrow, pigeon, etc. Arrival timing of birds, their feeding behavior, and so on. You can fill the table given below with your daily observations. For each day. Time, the total number of birds present, after 15 minutes, after 30 minutes, after 45 minutes, after 1 hour. For a week, days, total number of birds visited in entire 1 hour. How many different types of birds visited? Example, if 3 types of birds arrived, such as sparrow, pigeon, myna. Write the bird observed in order of their arrival. Example, sparrow, pigeon, myna, etc. Write down a detailed description of how different birds feed. Further exploration. What will happen if the amount of grain is increased or decreased? What will happen if the readings are taken at different times of the day? Example, afternoon, evening. What will happen if we change the grain types? Did 2 or more different types of birds approach the grains at the same time?